Welcome back, guys. I just wanted to put together this short video sharing with you a new acquisition for me, and that is the Guardian Tactical Helix flipper. So, if you guys have heard of Guardian Tactical, they actually unveiled at SHOT Show in 2013, I believe, this last year. Maybe it's 2012, probably 2013. But anyhow, the guys who started Guardian Tactical, which is a US-based brand, were actually employees of Microtech. And I've heard of its two main guys. One was the lead CNC machinist, and then another guy as well. And they started their own knife company that certainly has some Microtech influences to the design here. But this model, the one that I was interested in, is the Helix model. They have another one that's the Patron, and that one is not a flipper. It is a thumb stud model. Also very cool designs. But anyhow, I saw a few videos, or I saw some pictures of this knife, and I thought, I'd really like to give that a try. I love checking out new companies, and the design looks pretty cool. The materials are top notch. So let's talk a little bit about the specs, and then I will kind of give you my thoughts and impressions of it. So obviously this model is the carbon fiber model, carbon fiber handle, and this particular one, number 175 of the carbon fiber variations, this is actually the first stone wash that they've done. And I had actually I emailed them and I said, hey, I'm interested. I would like a stone wash version. At first they said they didn't do it, but I guess they changed their minds and they did it, and they sent it to me, and it arrived. So anyhow, let's get back to the specs. The Helix overall length is about 9 inches, and blade length is 4 inches, with the cutting edge being 3.75. Blade thickness 0.155 inches, and then the handle length is 5 inches. Handle thickness, it's always the interesting one, or the one that affects carryability for me the most. The handle thickness is 0.58, so a little bit of a thicker knife, and then the weight is right around 4 ounces. So anyhow, what I've been looking for lately was a really good flipper. I wanted something that I could carry. I wanted something that was just fun to play with, because I'll admit that I play with my knives. I don't really have the Chris Reeve philosophy. And I wanted something with ball bearings, preferably IKBS, something smooth, good materials, obviously a good still. And this kind of checked all the boxes, so I was really excited to place my order with them and receive this one. And let me just show you how smooth this knife is to start off. So, oh crap, let's see if I can get it. Ooh, just like that. So this knife is incredibly smooth. I'm just going to get it past the detent there and just rotate it. Ooh, it just drops. I mean, the first time that I took it out and I let it do that, I thought, holy crap, this thing has got to be loose. Then I took it in my hands and I started yanking on it, and this thing is rock solid. It's crazy impressive how smooth this knife is, and this thing has no oil whatsoever. This is just straight dry from the manufacturer. So really cool. This one, obviously flipper, sub frame lock, and then actually they have carbon fiber over the sub frame lock, so it gives it a really nice continuity in the design. It's kind of the best of both worlds with incorporating this overlay, because it's like a liner lock where you have two matching sides, but you have the strength of a frame lock. So the sub frame lock is pretty cool in that regard. Hardware is all bead blasted, bead blasted pocket clip, bead blasted back spacer. It comes with a lanyard hole, and I guess this could be considered a skull crusher as well. It's not sharp, but definitely protrudes, and you could use it as you need to. Handle, compound grind. You can see all the CNC work done on this. You can actually see the milling lines in it, and for some people they're going to dislike it. Other people might think it's really cool. To be honest, I'm completely indifferent on it. I just like the very rugged stonewashed look that this one has because I can use it without worrying whatsoever. So this one was made 12/2013. I did order it straight from them, so they made it on order. And the really cool thing is with a new company, before they're starting to really have a high demand for their products and they're having to work to keep up with that demand, I mean, this is the time to jump in and ask for special things. When I contacted them, they also make this in a jade color, kind of a see-through green coloration. And I was really tempted by that. And then I thought, if I ever decide to sell it, that's going to be kind of a niche population that it would be interested. So I just went for the carbon fiber, and I'm definitely a carbon fiber whore, so that worked out. Anyways, the jimping is good. You can use the thumb studs or the flipper. And this knife is happy to flip either by the light switch, relatively easy, or you can also preload it, and it does that too. I prefer the light switch with this one, but take a look at how small this flipper tab actually is right there. I mean, it's very small compared to a lot of the custom flippers that I see and a few that I've handled, and it does a great job of actually deploying the knife without taking up too much space or poking you in the leg while it's in your pocket. Well, let's take a look at just the carbon fiber work. Look at the mill lines. Very high quality carbon fiber. Great work done. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's definitely presentation grade. All the nice contouring. Let's open it. Just take a look at the nice contouring. You can see in the inside, I mean, just really nice carbon fiber. Very comfortable in the hand. Really, I mean, Guardian Tactical, their philosophy is most likely that of a tactical roll. And the base model of the Helix is all black with black G10, black hardware. I mean, it's a completely blacked out knife, and it really fills that role of a tactical knife well. Luckily, they're doing other iterations. And they have a few custom ones that have some really interesting compound grinds that have high polish work. Use the same carbon fiber, but the blades are different, and those can get a little pricey. Again, they have the jade one, and you can go with the satin or the blacked out version. They have serrated, they have a tanto. They did a limited edition coloration for SHOT Show, which was kind of a black and orange G10 handle. Looked very Halloween-y. Wasn't for me, but you know, they sold. I think they're probably all sold out by now, so people are certainly interested in that. But yeah, the thing that I just really like about this knife is how damn smooth it is. I mean, overcome the detent and just drops. Boom. Let's see how that sucks it in. Yeah, just, I mean, it's a great detent, nice and strong. Allows it to fire well. Feels great, lightweight, excellent balance. Can't really do it under the camera, but the balance is right here, pretty much at this finger choil, and it holds it really well. So I'm really impressed with this knife. Let's do some size comparisons. I don't know how many of you have lion steels, but you should get one. Let's see. So this is the SR1. This is the titanium. Let's take a look at another interesting one. Domino, also carbon fiber, also a flipper, also using ball bearings, but it's not IKBS, which is kind of the free floating. It uses a caged bearing system, and it's definitely not as smooth as this. This knife definitely takes the cake in smoothness, but this one does fire faster. But again, you can see the blade length and also the thickness. This is got way more steel that it's moving, so you can't expect it to fire as readily as something this small and lightweight would. But anyhow, those are some size comparisons. What else do I have? Oh, let's move the line steel. Take a look at well, no, it's a StarTac. So anyways, those are just some quick size comparisons so you can kind of get an idea of how big the knife is. And then let's take a look at the thickness, because again, for me, that's always the biggest issue that I have. This aluminum Zahn or StarTac is obviously much thinner, but this isn't too bad. This carries fairly well. It's lightweight. Now, if there are any gripes that I have with this knife, it would be how low or high, whatever you want to call it, but when you stick it in your pocket, you've got this much poking up. And if it was the all black version, it probably wouldn't be as big of a deal, but because I opted for, you know, stonewashed, then this one looks great. But you've got this and this and this and this, and the backspacer all kind of sticking out of your pocket, if you can imagine that. So it's quite noticeable. And normally I don't care, but yeah, it just depends on what you're wearing. I mean, if you're wearing, you know, slacks and a button-up to work, then you might get a couple stares, but I don't really care because I do it anyway. So anyways, blade steel, CPM 154. They don't have any information on their website on the heat treat, but I'm going to have to assume that it's well done. CPM 154 is quite favored among custom makers. And they also use S35VN, but I haven't seen any models with that steel out yet. Everything that I've seen thus far has been in CPM 154. And it's all the same to me. They're both excellent steels. This one came very, very sharp. They did a great job. I mean, this knife really had no flaws. And that's something else that's pretty incredible. Obviously, coming from Microtech, they brought mountains of experience. And so sometimes when you have new knife companies or new knife makers, you might have a weak detent, you might have a problem with this or that, but they really, I mean, with the experience they brought, they're bringing their A game, and there's nothing to complain about. There's nothing wrong with the finish, there's nothing wrong with the lockup. Speaking of which, I don't know, what should we call that, 25, 30%. Lockup is great. Again, this thing is rock solid, and it flips. Just, it's so incredibly smooth. I mean, I just sit here and I just open it. I enjoy closing it more than I enjoy opening it just because it's so smooth, but opening it's pretty nice too. Good choil. You don't have a sharp edge right at the tip here, so you can actually get in and use the choil without stabbing yourself or worrying about cutting yourself. Pivot is easily adjustable. It's nothing special, but for this price range, I don't know. I mean, the pocket clip's a little boring, but it's functional, and again, their role is that of a tactical knife, so their philosophy isn't necessarily to create an EDC, but I hope as they gain in popularity, as they produce more knives, that we'll see something, maybe a little scaled down version of this, a deeper carry pocket clip. That would be pretty awesome for EDC use, but I'll continue to EDC this one, and hopefully later on I'll make another video. I'd love to have the opportunity to talk to one of the main guys over at Guardian Tactical. Love to hear some thoughts on some of the design elements. Carter pointed out in his video there's actually a track in here for the detent balls to overcome this portion here when you first get onto the ramp, and right there, so that way it's a smoother transition and makes for a smoother knife, and this thing's pretty damn smooth. So again, no oil whatsoever. I don't even think I'll need to oil it, but that's a first look at the first stonewashed of Guardian Tactical's Helix line. And you guys should definitely check them out. They'll probably be at Blade again this year. Or if we start to see them pop up in some of the local shops, that'd be really cool. But you know, if you get your hands on one, you have the opportunity to play with one, you might walk away with it. So be warned. Anyways, comments, questions, let me know below. This one's really cool, and I anticipate keeping this one for a very long time. It's just so much fun to use, and it's very functional. Very attractive, great features. And unlike Microtech, you can actually buy the damn things. They're not always out of stock or having to pre-order or pay a premium on them. So pretty cool. Will there be any issues down the line with Microtech? Has there been any drama with them thus far? Maybe. I don't care. Microtech's had their own fair share of drama, so it is what it is. Anyways, comments, questions, put them in the box below. Thanks so much. Take care.